Hi, shalom everyone. I'm going to continue this awesome series of the famous Rabbanim of yesteryear. And here, this Shabbat, on the 9th of Sivan, it happens to be the yahrzeit, the Hilula of a really great rabbi who was actually the first chief rabbi, official chief rabbi, Sephardic chief rabbi in current modern state Israel, Palestine at the time, Rabbi Yaakov Meir Z'tl Libracha. Let's explore within regards to the history of the great rabbi. There's not much said in English language about him, and what a fantastic opportune time to share a biography video about the great Chacham of yesteryear. He was actually born in the English year 1856. He was obviously would become like a great rabbi and first Sephardic chief rabbi appointed under the British mandate of Palestine. He was a great Gemara scholar. He was fluent in Hebrew as well as 5 other languages, it was reported over, and enjoyed an amazing reputation as being one of the most respected rabbis in Jerusalem. Very, very interesting. So let's explore his early life. He was actually born in Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, Jerusalem itself, in the year 1856. So we're talking about nearly 170 years ago. He was the son of a very successful merchant of the name Caleb Mercado, or Mercado, you could pronounce it different ways also. He studied Gemara under the great rabbinic auspices of Rabbi Menachem Bechor Yitzchak, and I believe at around reports over the age of 15 years old, he studied Kabbalah under Rabbi Aharon Azrael, who happens to be his Hilula this week also. At the time we're speaking, we covered a video on the great Chacham also. He learned, and this great Rabbi Aharon Azrael was Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshivat Bet El, and we've just done a video in the last 2 days, so please, everyone watch over that, please, also. And this was Yeshivat Bet El also, had the synagogue naturally also. Okay, so he married his wife, who would become Rabbanit Rachel, only at the age of 17 he was, and he continued to study Torah in many years after his marriage. And he was one of the first founders of a Bikur Cholim society, and this was, I believe, back in the year 1879. Bikur Cholim refers to the mitzvah to visit and extend aid to sick and ill peoples. Also, it's considered an act of Gimel Chasadim. Okay, so then around the year 1882, he must have been about 26 years old approximately, he was sent to Bukhara as the first emissary to visit there. He was received with huge respect by the Jews of Bukhara. There was a very prominent community in Bukhara, and many of the Bukharian community were later on, especially in the early 1900s, moved to Jerusalem. And children were named for him during his stay, which is very interesting. He was instrumental in encouraging the immigration of Bukharian Jews to the land of Israel. So they report over about the years 1885, 1888, and 1900. He actually also visited Tunisia and Algeria, also as an emissary. In the year 1888, he was appointed a member of the Bet Din of Rabbi Yaakov Shaul Eliyashar, a very, very great rabbi who was also known as Yisabracha also. He was rabbi in Ottoman Syria also, and became the Sephardic chief rabbi of Palestine in 1893. This was in Jerusalem. He served, so he was appointed a member of the Bet Din of this great rabbi from 1888 till 1899. So we're talking about 11 years. And under Turkish rule, he often interceded, let's say, with the authorities on behalf of the Jewish community. He also encouraged the construction of Jewish quarters of Jerusalem. He established new neighborhoods, such as Ezrat Yisrael, the Yamin Moshe, and the Bukharian quarter, also naturally, which we've spoken about, some of these great places also. He tried to bring like more of an achdut among the various differing Sephardic and Ashkenazi communities at the time. And he established an association called the Hit Ashdut, or Hit Achdut, which was composed of Sephardim and Ashkenazim. He established also the Sha'ar Tzion Hospital in Jaffa in the year 1891, which is a phenomenal feat also. Rabbi Meir was actually committed to the revival of the Hebrew language, and also with also great personalities, including Chaim Hershenson, Eliezer Ben Yehuda, and Chaim Kalmi. He co-founded the Safa Bura, a clear language association, which I believe was created actually in the year 1889, which taught and encouraged the use of Hebrew. He was also a founding member of the Hebrew Language Committee, which was established by Ben Yehuda, I think in the year 1890 it was reported over, and was later succeeded by the Academy of Hebrew Language also. So I believe also in the year 1899, which you just mentioned before, Rabbi Meir was appointed the deputy head of the Bet Din of Rabbi Raphael Yitzchak Israel, who was also another great rabbi. And Rabbi Eliasha passed away, I believe, in the year 1906. He was picked to succeed him as a chief rabbi. However, they wanted instead, at that point in time, a Hacham Bakshi in Constantinople, because he had maybe some more Zionistic affiliations also, many. However, that wasn't to stop him becoming later on the chief rabbi, as we can learn about in a minute, as his career went on. He was subsequently included as Hacham Bakshi of the land of Israel, but unfortunately was disposed by the Sultan of Turkey, and Rabbi Eliyahu Moshe Panigel took charge of overseeing the Orthodox community, a great rabbi also we have spoken about before, Rabbi Panigel also, which I recommend people to watch over that previous year. Then Rabbi Meir actually went on to get a new, very prestigious position also, to become the chief rabbi of Salonika in the year 1908, very second largest city in Greece, very prominent position, and he remained there for 11 years, very prominent. He was then elected. It's actually interesting. He was actually elected chief rabbi of Jerusalem in 1911, but the Jews of Salonika prevented him from assuming the office at that point in time. But in the year 1919, as time progressed, in the year 2 years later, in 1921, the chief rabbinate of Palestine was established. It was, and Rabbi Meir was elected as Sephardi chief rabbi of Palestine, and took the position, and he assumed the title of Rishon Lציון. He was at the forefront of the effort to revive Hebrew, which we spoke about before in regards to Eliezer ben Yehuda, also as the modern language over there. And he held this post until his death. So he passed away in 1939, so approximately around 18 years he was a leader, approximately. And it's actually interesting, he wrote, I think in 1936, a letter of appeal for friendliness, which called on Muslims of Jerusalem to halt any hatred and animosity towards the Jewish people over there who were returning to the Holy Land, because at that stage in time many people were returning to our land that has been our land for more than 3,000 years. And he passed away on the full English date was May the 26th, 1939. That's naturally Tet Sivan, maybe 3 days after the festival of Shavuot. He was aged around 83 years old. It's reported over 10,000 people, residents of Jerusalem, actually, which represented all the different sections of the population, the Jewish population over there, took part in his funeral procession, which was a very high amount at the time. Now, he was honored with many greater honors also. Let's just look at some of the secular, let's say more secular honors also. He, in the year 1920, before he became the official Rishon Lציon over there, he was honored with the Commander of the Order of the British Empire Award for service to the British. It was. He was also awarded the French Legion of Honor and received decorations from the Sultan of Turkey and the Greek government, as well as from Hussein bin Ali, the King of Hejaz. Also, at one stage in time, this was King of Hejaz, was also Western Asia, included the western portion of the Arabian Peninsula, which is very interesting also. And apparently it was reported over in the year 2006, the Israel Postal Company issued a stamp bearing his image, which is very interesting. Now, what's interesting, after Rabbi Yaakov Meir was a Sephardi chief rabbi of Palestine, he was succeeded by Rabbi Ben Zion Uziel, who was another very great rabbi who we've spoken about before in the previous videos, who was the future chief rabbi also. So it's very interesting. He was Rishon Lציon also, and chief rabbi of Salonika. It is Hilula here on Tet Sivan over here. Very prestigious rabbi. Also, I'm just looking at a picture of him now, the great Chacham also, which is very interesting. He partnered with had close relationship, correspondence with also other great rabbis, including Rabbi Abraham Yitzchak HaKohen Cook, also who we've spoken about, and also Rabbi Yitzchak Isaac Halevi Herzog, also another great rabbi, who was a Rashi of the Ashkenazi community of Eretz Israel also, which is also very important to also point out. And he was buried in the Beit HaKvarot HaYehudi B'Har HaZeitim, in the Mount of Olives burial He was actually born in Zayin Iyar, which was actually back in the year 1856, which we mentioned about previously also. So he's one of the great rabbis. Please don't forget to light candles in the great rabbi's memory. And friends, we've already covered about nearly 220 videos on the great Oriental Rabbanim of yesteryear. I think you won't find anything else online in English language of videos with as many as that at the moment. I hope obviously there'll be new initiatives where many people will do a lot more videos on these things, and I'm just starting a wave or something, but it's absolutely amazing. And guys, please don't forget to watch over the previous videos and share and like and watch the space for the next video.